one of the policymakers who does understand why we do this is Jack Evans. He is one of very few politicians. One of the things about the arts is with so many friends in the arts, it's like who needs enemies. Arts funding's been cut from 14 million down to 3.9, and very few have spoken up for the arts, and I'm really grateful that Jack is one that actually has, and I'm grateful to have him here and say a word about why he does.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everyone. It's great to see you all out here today advocating for funding for the arts, because it is so important. And I want to start out with a quote. I always read this quote from President Kennedy, because it really states all of our feelings. President Kennedy, when he was talking about the arts, and you know, they named the Kennedy Center after him because of his strong advocacy for arts in America, stated the following: "I look forward to an America which will not be afraid of grace and beauty. I look forward to an America that will award achievement in the arts as reward achievement in business and statecraft." And it's a great quote by President Kennedy, but I also remember when I was in college, I had a poster in my room. And this is back in I was in college in the early 70s, but it's a poster from the 60s. And what it said is this: "I long for a time when the arts has all the funding it needs and the Air Force has to hold a bake sale to build a bomber." All right? That always stuck with me, because we do have our priorities a little out of whack. Arts funding at one time in the city was nothing, and then there was a heyday during the Williams administration where we funded an enormous amount of arts. At one time, we had grants in our budget totaling $100 million for studios, for arts, for everything. People forget this city contributed $25 million to Arena Stage, $20 million to the Shakespeare, $5 million to the Washington Ballet, and it goes on in smaller amounts to a number of arts organizations. But several years ago, that was cut down to literally nothing. And all we're asking for today is to restart it again. The city now has money, and all of your action is so important. What I've asked the mayor to do is to consider increasing the funding for the Arts and Humanities Commission to $20 million. That's all I ask. And if it can't be 20, how about 15? The number 10 has been mentioned, but it should not be anything less than that. Because folks, that is just a drop in the bucket of an $11 billion budget. So it's so critical that all of us today continue to contact my colleagues, contact the mayor, contact the chair, and tell them how important it is to fund arts in our city. Because, and I don't want to go on and on, our public school has some arts programs, but not nearly enough. So it's the nonprofit arts community that really gives our children the opportunity to participate in arts. I have 3 kids who are 15. My kids love to draw, they love to paint, they love to do a lot of that stuff, and it's important that all children in the city have that opportunity to avail themselves. Arts are, in an otherwise blank canvas, they are the color on the black and white canvas. And that's why it's so important. So keep up the good work. I will be your advocate, and let's make sure we get some money in this budget. Thank you very much.